Good Thursday morning. I'm Jared Klein here with your morning rush from the NBC29 Digital Desk. Let's take a look at the top stories over on NBC29.com this morning. Coming in at number one, schools may soon have the ability to require students be vaccinated against COVID. At number two, police say the man who pointed a gun at officers in the area of the Route 250 bypass is dead. And then at number three, Albemarle Charlottesville NAACP responding to Youngkin's review of AP African American Studies. Well, we begin this morning with schools. They could soon have the ability to require students be vaccinated against COVID. That's because the FDA and the CDC advisory committees recently added these shots to their recommendation list. NBC29's Domingo Murray shares how this guidance could influence schools' decisions making in the future.
Hearing from the advisory committee to anticipate this.
The CDC and FDA advisory board is adding another shot to the general recommendation list.
That we would be including COVID vaccination in these routine childhood and adult vaccine recommendations.
The vaccine for conditions like rubella, mumps, and measles are already on the list. UVA health doctor Kosti Sifri says the hope is to make COVID-19 just as rare to catch one day.
It's guidance from the CDC and state and local authorities, school districts, etc. will look at those data.
From there, they can set policies on what shots your child will need to be in the classroom.
Discussed many times in this forum, the vaccines have been proven to be very safe and very effective in preventing COVID infections, serious consequences, things like ER visits, hospitalizations, ICU hospitalizations, and deaths.
In Charlottesville, Domingo Murray, NBC29 News.
Well, with no more Moby on the mall, the Blue Ridge Area Health District has a solution. It will be offering free bivalent COVID vaccines boosters throughout the end of March. Now, children ages 6 months to 5 years old are now eligible for the shot as well.
We have a very limited staff offering vaccinations, so moving forward through March, we'll have vaccinations every Wednesday here at the Rose Hill Drive Health Department from 2 o'clock to 5 o'clock p.m.
For more information and to schedule an appointment, you can find more information over on NBC29.com. Former GOP Representative Liz Cheney of Wyoming is headed back to class at the University of Virginia. She will serve as a professor of practice at UVA's Center for Politics, effective immediately. Cheney left Congress this year after losing her Republican primary election to a challenger backed by former President Donald Trump. UVA says she will be part of the faculty through this year's fall semester with an option to renew for additional years. Charlottesville is teaming up with the Arbor Day Foundation to give out 200 free trees to anyone in the city who wants them. The goal is to help people eventually save on energy costs and reduce their bills. There will be 5 different tree varieties available. Tree reservations can be made on a first-come, first-served basis starting on March 6th.
It's a first come, first serve. It was kind of popular last year. It didn't take more than a couple days to have all the trees reserved. And so we encourage people to do that right now.
And the link to reserve a tree can be found over on NBC29.com. Well, grab a book and a comfy seat. It is National Read Across America Day. The National Education Association named March 2nd Read Across America Day back in 1998. It also happens to be the birthday of beloved children's author Dr. Seuss. While traditionally we celebrate by reading some of his books, you can read whatever you want. The day is about the joys of reading and encouraging children to make it a habit. As Dr. Seuss wrote, the more you read, the more things you will know. And here's a fun fact. If you read 20 minutes a day, that equates to about 1.8 million words per year. It really adds up. All right, well, we started off our Thursday on a wet note, but that rain will not stick around all day, but it's a different case for tomorrow. Let's send things over to meteorologist Josh Fitzpatrick with more.
Well, good Thursday to you. I am meteorologist Josh Fitzpatrick with this weather briefing. Early rain will exit this morning. The clouds will linger. Now, despite those clouds, we will still warm through the 60s and the lower 70s and expect a cooling trend tonight out ahead of a developing storm system to our southwest due into town on Friday. Now, looking at Friday into Friday evening, right now the severe weather risk looks to stay off to our southwest, into southwest Virginia, and into the Great Smoky Mountains of East Tennessee and into North Carolina, back west into Kentucky. But we are in a general thunderstorm chance for Friday evening. So there goes the rain this morning, leftover clouds, and watching to the southwest. Severe weather will break out across the Arklatex region this evening, and then that rain will overspread the area by daybreak tomorrow. Off and on rain, more on than off really, and we'll watch Friday evening for a downpour and possibly even a thunderstorm. Keep checking back to NBC29 News for updates.
All right, thank you, Josh. And that'll do it for our morning rush on this Thursday morning. We'll see you again on NBC29 News at noon. We're always live on NBC29.com. Have a great Thursday morning, everybody.